Hey, this is Gabrielle Union.
Hi, this is Jessica Alba, and this is everything we do on set on LA's Finest.
On a typical Monday when we have to be at work around 6:30 a.m., I'll wake up around 4:45.
I'll wake up an hour and a half before I have to be on set. So if I have to be there by 7, I'll wake up at like 5:30.
The first thing I do in the morning is go to the bathroom with my phone. I check to see if the world has ended and what's going on.
I usually drink water, look over with disdain at Cash because he's usually able to sleep peacefully. Sometimes I'll look at the phone, but only briefly, turn on the shower, try to wake up in the shower.
And then I brush my teeth, and then I get in the car and head to the gym. If we're in Percoima on our stages, it usually takes me from home 22 minutes, from the gym about 35 minutes.
It takes me about 45 minutes to get there.
I usually have my first cup of coffee at work, so 6:30 in the morning is like the first cup.
And then continue to pour lots of caffeine into my mouth that I'm hoping will go into my bloodstream as quickly as possible.
We go straight into hair and makeup. We've gotten it down to a science where hair and makeup are doing us simultaneously. That way we are able to sleep longer and we're not on the clock as long. So I think, we have it down between 40 and 45 minutes.
To get dressed, it's like 2 minutes. And then you walk to set.
So it's probably around an hour to an hour and 15 from the time we arrive on set to the time we get our first shot off.
It just depends on whether you need to be driven to set. I like to scooter to set.
The scripts dictate the days. If we're on a stage, we may utilize all of our sets on a stage. So it will feel like different locations, but we're really in one location. If we're in downtown Los Angeles, let's say, we may shoot in East LA during the day, and then our nighttime scenes might be in a theater, multiple locations in downtown Los Angeles or in East LA.
It's really expensive to shoot in the streets and block them off and all of that. So they do try to get a lot done in a short period of time.
One of my favorite things to insist on is no rehearsals for the first shot of the day. Because a lot of times when you try to do a rehearsal, you'll start hair and makeup, you'll break, you'll set up the shot, go back to hair and makeup. It can kind of derail the day because as actors, we like to talk and ask questions, and it can kind of delay getting that first shot and scene of the day. So I always suggest that with the first shot of the day that they set it up themselves, and then we will come on set fully made up and wired. Our stand-ins show us the blocking. We might make minor adjustments, and then we get it cracking.
Other times you need to rehearse before if it's complex and you have big wide shots and there's dialogue, and so it just depends on the scene.
The cruise time is 7 a.m. Then we'll eat at 1. But if the cruise call is at 6, we eat at 12.
The caterer really just does different things every day.
Generally a beef, a fish, a chicken, or like a pastas, all kinds of different things. Everyone has different, dietary, restrictions or likes or wants.
Gab always has lots of delicious snacks and she's very healthy. And I'm always like, really wanting to be as healthy as her. So, but I like to get a lot of delivery. Like I'll look up the local restaurants and just try different stuff.
But Jessica will order like 3 from 3 different restaurants. You're like, oh, you ordered all of that. Okay, yes.
But it's only because they cancel on me and then I'm so disappointed. So I have to order from different places in case it gets canceled in the 11th hour. I get hangry.
I have like the big bags of sriracha popcorn like dashed in my trailer at all times.
Yeah, it's seaweed, nuts, crudité, and lots of salad dressing and hot sauce.
If we have a lot of downtime and we know we're going to have a lot of downtime, generally our families come, our kids come. We try to make the most of our days. So if you know you're going to end up with a 2-hour break, that'll be the time we schedule, visits.
Or work calls.
I play Words with Friends obsessively.
I try to keep up with all of my work emails. And I find that it's really challenging for me to constantly stay on top of that. So I'm usually behind playing catch up on work stuff.
trying to think of what our longest day was this season.
Yeah, sometimes the days can get long, but if we're in the beginning of the day, they'll try to make it so we're not in the scenes at the end of the day, things like that. Because if we're in every scene from beginning to end, it just wears you down.
I mean, the goal is to not go over 12 hours. That would be,
yeah.
It just kind of depends on how much we have gotten done.
It's fun being in this production in particular because we really get to have a voice in the development of the show overall. Tonally, we can be part of that collaborative process, and then also in the way that our characters are brought to life. So we really do have a seat at the table. And so for me, it's really fun to not just essentially be a puppet, which a lot of times you can feel that way. So much is out of your control as an actor. You really do get to participate in so many ways.
Yeah, we just lucked out that we really like the people that we work with, and it's always a good feeling to be a part of the solution, being able to be a part of creating an equitable, fun workplace and providing opportunity and economic opportunity for so many people, and having a truly diverse cast and production and talking the talk and walking the walk. It feels good.
We're twisting and turning upside down a lot of stereotypes. So we have very present fathers as our partners in bringing the show to life that value their time with their families and need to be home for a lot of those family moments like breakfast and getting the kids up and out and ready for school and picking them up after school and homework and bedtime and bath time. So our partners, writers, showrunners, producers are present fathers. And then on the flip, Gab and I are both women of color starring in a genre that is not very typical where you see women like us. It's very typical to see men, and to see people of color as heroes and your women is in itself just really empowering and exciting that we're doing something that is paving the way for others.
I take off my makeup, I take off my wig if I'm wearing one, and then we treat my hair and my scalp to make sure my hair is healthy and my scalp is healthy.
I usually jump in the car and I clip out my weave, toss it to my hairdresser, and she's always grateful when it's not, left in a random place, and I actually hand it to her because it has been left in random places.
Yeah, we do makeup remover and a steam towel.
I usually remove my makeup in the car with one hand on the way home.
We've kind of gotten that down to a science. So I can get it done in as little as 10 minutes. And if I'm just moving slow, 20 minutes. If we got off at 6, I might not get home until 7. It's just whatever LA traffic dictates.
Dinner is usually at 7 at my house.
Cobb's Operation Shut It Down starts at 5:30. So her dinner is usually around 4:45, 5. So I may or may not be home for that. And then everyone else, it kind of depends on what time they get home from school or work.
We do different stuff. Sometimes we do delivery of boxes that we'll cook. Other times we'll order in, and then it's bathing the baby. Honor and Haven over this time have learned how to bathe the baby by themselves and give him his night baba and put him down to bed without him screaming. So it's like a whole new world. My true wind down is when Honor and Haven are reading in their beds.
When the last person has come home and all the electronics are off and the TV's turned off, and we can all kind of have that silence and that peace. That can start around 8. I try to start as quickly as possible, just relaxing, preparing for the next day, having whatever necessary conversations I need to have, if that's a glass of wine.
Probably 9, get into a bathtub and put on a face mask and go on Pinterest and look at things that I won't be buying, but curating dream backyards and such.
Unwinding with a show or whatever. I try to get 8 hours of sleep a day.
I need 8 hours. I need it for my brain, my soul, my heart, my body. I probably am lucky to get 6, it's usually 5.
Oof.
Yeah, it's not right.
Thank you so much, Vanity Fair.
And thank you for watching everything we do in a day on set.